Hello and a very warm welcome to the Inspire Sport Netball Europe U17 Championship event here in Huddersfield this weekend. This is a new format championships this year with 5 teams competing here over the next 3 days in 10 key matches. So England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland are joined for the very first time by the winners of the Netball Europe U17 Challenge event from October last year. So a warm welcome to Emirates, who've been promoted into the championships for the first time. It does mean though that on Sunday one team will be relegated to the challenge section, so it's all to play for this weekend. I'm Nolene Lennon and I'm delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Sam Bird, England A and England Future Academies coach. How are you, Sam?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm still recovering from that first game, as I imagine you are, so really good to be here and looking forward to this match as well.
Just for anybody who's tuning in now, that was Northern Ireland playing against Emirates and it went down to the wire with Emirates just pipping Northern Ireland by 1 goal. But we have 4 games today and the second game is just getting underway. As you can see, Scotland is just taking the court now, then they're up against Wales. The last time these teams met in 2017, it was a cracker of a game, ending up in a draw, 59 goals apiece. What can we expect from this match, Sam?
Well, I think it's going to be another great match between these two nations. They'll both be looking to try and secure this game to take their first win of the championship, so I expect it to be heavily contested and looking forward to it.
Excellent. So as the teams are coming out onto the court here, I'll just run you through the starting lineups. So for Scotland, we have in goal shooter Emma Barry, goal attack Carys Cairns, wing attack Cara McKnight, centre Lucy Shane, wing defence Erin Bollard, goal defence Anna Sherry, goalkeeper Emma Grant. And for Wales, we have goal shooter Charlotte Jennings-Evans, goal attack Ellis Gallagher, wing attack Maisie Morgan, centre Catherine Titley, wing defence Lauren Francis, goal defence Megan Evans and goalkeeper Millie Carter. The umpires for today's game is Farah Jora and Kate Mann, with the reserve umpire Lindsay King. So the teams are on court now and it's always that nervy part where we're just waiting to get the game underway.
Yeah, and it's obviously the first game of the championship for these two teams, and sometimes the nerves get the best of them, so we'll see how they go in the first couple of minutes.
Excellent. So it's a Wales centre pass to start off with. And maybe just a bit of nerves there.
Yeah, a little contact just on the line, so yeah, the first couple of minutes I'm sure the coaches will have said to them just to start steady and build through the first 5 minutes to just keep nice and calm.
See that pop to Emma Barry. I think that's something we'll see a lot of. She has a lot of presence in that circle there.
Yes, and we were just talking about Emma Barry, seems to have been around for a long time and is still so young, but obviously a key player for Scotland. Lots of experience under her belt for someone so young, so she will be a target for Scotland, I'm sure.
Just testing each other out. That's a break for both teams, so 1 goal apiece, but not going with their centre pass.
Yeah, and I think both teams will be looking to secure these centre passes and tidy up a little bit. As you see, the good defensive pressure from both teams to start with. And that's a lovely disguised pass there. Shooter not quite finishing it off.
A reminder, you can get in touch with us on Twitter with your thoughts during this event using the hashtag #NEUnder17Champs, and we'll try and read out some of your tweets throughout the broadcast.
And a good pick up there, again a little bit nervy from Scotland, just not making those connections in attack at the moment, and Wales on their counter-attack here, opening up the court beautifully. I'd like to see them swing the ball now. They're still playing the ball a little bit into the body of the opposition, which is why it's a little bit scrappy at the moment. And just having a look at the court balance as Scotland bring the ball through. Again, another stray ball there, so good pressure from the Welsh. If you have a look at as they're bringing the ball down, that was better to open up the court to give some balance. But again, both sides pushing each other to the sideline, so lots of spilt ball in this early phase of the game.
So close to the sideline, they really do have to be precision passes and just not connecting.
That's right, just putting yourselves under pressure really, rather than waiting for that change of direction back to open up the court.
So 2 goals apiece here, with just over 3 minutes played in this opening quarter.
And that's much better structure from Wales. You see that triangle they created around the top. Good clean ball into the shooters. Oh, but again, nerves. Just still, you can see how much this game means to both teams, and they're still very nervous in this first few exchanges. I think what the coaches will be looking for at the moment is some leadership, so somebody just to take control in each team, just to calm their players around them down and just start getting those connections going.
For many of these girls, it is their first cap at international level, so there is that bit of nerves of representing your country for the first time.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic experience for them, and they've all done really well to be representing their countries, and naturally they're very nervous to start with. See if they play this around or as she takes the long shot. Well, we'll say that was a pass and a good pick-up. Wales just struggling to find the net at the moment. And again, you see the being forced to the sideline. It's something that both teams will want to correct as this game progresses.
Aggressive step in there, nice.
Yeah, nice and confident.
Yeah. Making use of the space available.
I think both teams just need to tidy up a little bit. It's very stop-start at the moment, lots of whistle from the umpires just on the lack of discipline. Both teams still looking to get into a rhythm.
It's a strong drive just through the circle, offside, and possession back to Scotland again.
Yes, good pressure from Wales. Let's see if they can actually convert this though into a point. I'd like to see their movement to be a little bit more direct onto the ball. They're fading off the ball as it's passed to them. And that was really good play there by the Welsh wing attack, Macy Morgan.
Just not able to convert that shot.
Oh wow. Both teams still making errors. Yes, good cut again. Yeah, and that was a good feed back to the post, sending her shooter back to the post to secure that shot. And that's Charlotte Jennings back off good shot there.
So that gives Wales a 2-goal lead, so we're at 5-3 to Wales with just halfway through this first quarter. So it seems to be just settling that bit better now.
Yes. That's nice quick hands on those connections there, and good shot to finish. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Both shooters at the moment moving away from the post, both on the Welsh side and the Scottish side, rather than taking the defender away and then cutting back to post. Nice shot by Barry there, with calm shooting. Let's see what Scotland do with this back line. I'd like to see them cut through the middle. There we go. Quite a few footwork calls going on, so I didn't notice that in the game before, so I'm not sure it's the floors not slippy or anything. It's just not securing their landings at the moment.
Both teams are under a lot of pressure when they're taking the ball, so is it just that?
Yes, I think the ball placement's not quite right.
Super hand there by Emma Grant for Scotland.
Yeah, making good nuisance of herself in there. And Scotland will want to stay in touch here, because Wales just edging ahead, and I think this is an important centre pass for Scotland here. Miss there by Barry, so let's see if we can turn the ball over again.
Lots of pressure for Scotland. Just working the ball across the channels.
Yeah. Good patience there from the Welsh attack, just a bit more steady in that attack and moving the ball around the circle well to create those angles. Unfortunately not securing that shot, so we're off back down the other end. And that's better timing from the Scottish attack, and look at the difference when they time their move and don't go too early. They were able to penetrate that attacking end really well. And Grant unlucky there, she just needs to run her feet round slightly further to take that intercept.
But Anna Sherry comes away with the ball, picking up that points pass there, and
yeah.
Scotland back on the attack.
I like the energy of the Scottish defenders. They're both quite tenacious in there and hunting ball and putting pressure on the Welsh shooters.
Super work there by Millie Carter, getting around that strong hold that Barry has.
Yeah, excellent.
Getting a hand on it. And again.
Well done.
Somebody else making a nuisance of herself up that end.
Yeah. I would say the defence in both teams have got the upper hand at the moment, hence lots of turnovers.
Emma Grant just anticipating that and putting the Welsh pass under pressure. And it's another turnover to Scotland.
And the thing with so many errors in the game here and the turnovers is exhausting. They're doing a lot of work. Both teams actually have to work very hard. It's only 6-7 in terms of scoring, and that will take its toll as the game progresses.
Great pressure there by the Welsh Scotland centre pass. But all three of them coming over at the same time.
Yeah, good effective defending to put the wall on. That's quite difficult to do at this level effectively, and that's a good example of how to do it well. And I think the Welsh coaches will be saying that they just want a little bit more patience on that last feed into the shooters. They're bringing the ball through nicely in attack, but just not quite securing that last ball in.
It's one of those things as a shooter, you just need those settling shots and then just get your confidence up.
Yes.
So Scotland bring the game level with just under 3 minutes left to play, and it's a Welsh centre pass.
And good to see Cerys Cairns take the shot there for Scotland. It's important the goal attacks when they have a tall shooter like that they keep their own shot clock ticking over, so that they, when they do have to shoot under pressure, they're comfortable to do so. Yes, and that Welsh first phase defence, very good there. Again, that wall, the 3 over, being very effective for them on defence. Let's see if they can actually use this turnover and get it through to goal after all that hard work. Oh. And the answer is no on that occasion.
The crowd all groaned with us. Just, you could see that pass. Just unfortunate not able to make the connection.
And again, the Welsh forcing a lot of lateral passes by the Scottish team, putting them under pressure. Good patience with ball in hand from Scotland there. Well worked Scotland there through to goal, makes it level again, so this quarter's tight. I'd like to see the Welsh team just get a bit more depth on their second phase attack. They're getting out for first phase, but then really struggling on their depth. Well, that's good work.
So we're counting down the final minute of this game. Wales just with a slender lead of 9 goals to 8.
A great take, well done. Really well read, good control. That's Millie Carter at the back. And the shooters have rewarded her with that intercept, so that just puts Wales's noses in front for this first quarter.
With a chance to go 3 up. Into the first quarter break. Charlotte Jennings-Evans does a good job keeping the ball in. Just back to Scotland with less than 10 seconds to take this to goal. He puts it away. And that's the end of the first quarter with a score of 10 Wales, 9 to Scotland. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I think a quarter just sort of reflecting the number of errors there, but good tight quarter, and obviously both teams I think will want to cut down their error rate for the second quarter.
Yeah, nervy start. We saw a bit less whistle and a bit more flowing through the court, but both defensive ends seem to be
yeah,
control.
Yeah, I think the defenders on both teams, good to see them working hard to get their body round, to come round for clean contested ball, and I think just when they earn that ball they just need to be a little bit more patient in bringing the ball through. That said, I think I would like to see a bit more rotation from the shooters, perhaps, rather than just holding position that's a bit predictable. I think to open up the defence and make them work a little bit harder, the shooters maybe need to put a little bit more work on their preliminary moves for the feeders to get the ball in.
So, an exciting start. So the teams are sitting over at their benches. A couple of words from the Welsh coach who say will probably be just saying, calm it down.
Yeah, I think so. I think when they're intercepting the ball, I think they need a good short option just to keep the ball safe and then start on their attack. It happens quite a lot at all levels. When you win the ball, you get overexcited, and then unfortunately you lose it again fairly quickly. So I think they'll be looking to make use of the intercepts they're winning.
And then for Scotland, there's only one goal in it. We've seen the ball go up and down the court a lot, so I'm not being worried at this stage. But
no, and again, I think with Scotland, again, just nailing their basics for both teams, so turning their body fully, making sure they can see the whole court, they can see their options ahead of them, so they're not forcing that one pass. And if the ball has gone wide, then really working hard to move that centrally in order to open up the court again, rather than keep going down the sides of the court.
So the teams have 4 minutes at this quarter time just to regroup, reset, and then we look forward to seeing them back on court shortly. And don't forget, you can get in touch with us with your thoughts for the games on Twitter using the hashtag Netball Europe, NE under-17 champs, and we'll read out some of your tweets throughout the rest of the broadcast.
Like Wales may be making a change in the shooting end, but we'll have to confirm those when we get the confirmed substitutions through. But the nerves should be out of the way for the girls now, so they just need to go back to it being a normal netball match and nail their basics and really start working with each other, control the pace of their game.
Wales also have another game this afternoon with the new format of the Netball Europe Championships. So they play England at 5 o'clock.
They do.
I think that's going to affect how the team plays for the rest of this game, or will they be focusing purely on one game?
I think if I were the Welsh coach, I'd be looking to really try and secure the best performance they can against Scotland, and then worry about England later.
How does that work in terms of recovery then? You know, what sort of things would the players need to be doing? Such a short turnaround?
Yeah, so obviously making sure they're hydrating, they really cool down well after this match as well, make sure they get some food in their body, rest, and then that recovery time will go very quickly and then they'll be back at it. So, I mean, the only advantage is they won't have the nerves that the England team will, because that will be their first game. But yeah, tough day at the office for Wales, I would say.
It's that preparation beforehand, it's that recovery afterwards that is so vital to make sure that they can get the most optimum performance.
Yes.
So Wales have got a turnover and put another score on the board at the start of the second quarter, so they've just pushed ahead 11-9.
Yeah, and they have made a change in that shooting circle, and that was lovely movement there. Good confident movement, and she's picked up her own rebound. Nice shooting. And Scotland centralising the ball a bit better there, so that structure's better in attack. A little bit lacking patience on building up and trying to find Barry probably too early. I'd like to see the Scottish attackers drive to the circle edge before trying to put that ball in. Although Barry's tall, she's not that much taller than the goalkeeper. They make these girls young, young girls tall nowadays. So you've got to work a little bit harder on your positioning and your movement to be free for the ball. It's a lovely drive there, great clean line there, and a lovely shot. That's better play from Wales. Wales have started this quarter stronger. And the defensive marking is pretty much man-to-man at the moment, just trying to put pressure on their own player rather than coming off the ball slightly and hunting ball. But to be fair, the man-to-man mark is working well on the Welsh girls. The Scottish just struggling to bring that ball through the court when they earn possession. If you just have a look at the timing of the players that move, you just want that to sort of like be in a cannon rather than all moving at the same time, and that's better timing from the attack. And there's a nice screen from Barry there. I'm not sure whether she meant it, but it worked out. It was effective for the feeder to get that ball over.
Nice feed from Lucy Chen, and so that brings the score 13-10 to Wales. So So just to give you an idea of what's happening for the rest of today, there's a bit of a break now, and then Wales are back on court at 5 o'clock, where they take on England in their first game of this Under-17 Netball Europe Championships. And then at 7 o'clock, the Emirates are back on court and they play Scotland.
It's better play from Scotland, and a bit like the first quarter, they've started slowly but have come back into the game. So making this score tight again, this early stage.
As we saw in the last game, you know, a 2-goal lead is nothing. Northern Ireland were able to come back again and cut that lead down, and I'm sure this game could go anyway at this stage.
Yeah, and with the Super League club that we work with at Seven Stars, we're often talking about trying to create runs of play. So if you're really looking for one team to break the other one down, looking for a score of 3, 4, 5 to connect that number of goals together, that's what really makes the difference in terms of closing out a match. And at the moment, neither of these teams are really getting any runs on each other, which is why it's so close.
So they're breaking the opposition centre pass, but then in return, it's being broke their centre pass straight away afterwards. That's it, just because we alternate the centre pass every time, so you really do need to make sure that you're capitalising on scoring your own centre pass to be able to push away and gain that lead.
And one of the statistics that coaches will look at is the percentage of successes on centre pass to goal, and that's often a critical indicator of the outcome. And I would say both of these teams are not really getting their centre pass off.
What sort of percentages would we be looking at, you know, for either at this level or at our international level?
We'd normally look at 70–75% success centre pass to goals being an indicator of winning a match. So in this game, I'd say it's probably around 50% at the moment. So that would be a critical indicator of successful performance.
Just to confirm those changes for you for the Welsh team, we have Esme Cornelius moving on to goal shooter for Wales, and Charlotte Jennings-Evans has moved out to goal attack, with with Elise Gallagher moving to the bench.
And that was a lovely change of direction there, and that made all the difference. A beautiful clean line. Wing attack was able to lose the defender, not finishing off the shot again. So I think just working the ball slightly closer to post to let those shooters settle.
Just contacting Esme Cornelius there. So with the penalty shot, she puts it away. And Wales just keep in front, 14-13. Just about halfway through this second quarter.
And again, no team establishing any dominance in the game. It's very back and forth. A more confident shot from Barry from slightly further out, and that's what her team needs from her. That's to level the game.
Great pressure there by Lucy Shane. So Cornelius is coming on really commanding presence in this in the Welsh circle.
Yes, I think she's showing herself to the feeders so they can see easily where she wants the ball. She's indicating clearly where she wants the ball, and that will settle those feeders trying to place the ball in there.
And then also opening up Jennings-Evans to do those drives that she's doing so nicely here at the minute.
Yeah, and she's picking up the baseline drives really nicely, as well as entering the circle from the top, which is good because it makes the defenders have to make a decision as to which shooter to stay on. Good confident shot there by Cornelius. She's made a good impact since she's come on.
So Wales scored their last centre pass, broke Scotland there, so they'll be keen to this break or this run that we're talking about.
Yeah, and as we say, and then they lose the ball, and that's what's going to make the difference in this game. The team that can connect a run of 3 or 4 goals together.
So let's have another chance here.
Still man-to-man marking there, just through the court, not too many switches with the defence. Good defensive pressure again there. The Scottish attackers moving very laterally. That's better movement. And you see the Welsh defenders putting that double on Barry there, but they need to be a little bit more active on that double to make it effective. We'd call it sort of hedging, so you're not quite too tight onto the shooter, but you're still moving slightly off the body to create that confusion for the feeder. And they're a little bit static when they're putting that double on at the moment.
It really comes down to the two defenders having a good relationship or a good understanding of how each other play, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and talking lots to each other, and not being afraid to call each other and speak to each other whilst they're defending. That's lovely play. Great defensive pressure by the Welsh, and finished off by a lovely goal there by Cornelius. Well held. And the two middies there having a good old contest, both centres really challenging each other. That's good to see. I'm enjoying that tussle between those two. Oh, beautiful ball. Oh. And that will give the Welsh confidence, and we might see our first run. That was a really crucial goal there.
You can see again Cornelius just demanding that ball there. She's got that confidence from that pass as well.
Yes, yeah.
So Wales pushing out their lead to 5. And Scotland maybe feeling the pressure here with a break on their centre pass.
Okay. Lovely movement again by Cornelius, and the Scottish keeper Emma Grant needs to just try and adopt a slightly different position on her. I'd like to see her maybe mark in front for a little bit, just so that the feeder sees her first rather than her shooter. A couple of changes there. New centre of Scotland. And I was enjoying that, and I've lost that player, so let's see how the next centre does. That's much better pressure. Well done, Grant. So she came off the body there and pressured the feed, so that's good work from her. Again, all down the sideline for Scotland, and that's the result.
Good pick up by Scotland. Looking to bring this through.
And credit to the Welsh girls. Their transition when they make an error back onto defence is very good. They're very quick to try and win that ball back again. They work together as a whole defending unit there, which was good.
Nice vision for that fade. Wales bringing the score to 22-15 with just 2.5 minutes left in this first half.
Again, you see Scotland forced wide, but that's better. Good penetration by the centre to get to the circle edge to find Barry. They need to do more of that.
Congratulations there from Maisie Morgan, waiting for that straight line ball to open up.
Yeah, lovely clean ball there. Well, that's good to see. Just Barry creating a bit of rotation up the top there to enable the Scottish goal attack to come in and dominate the top.
Just to confirm those changes from the Scotland injury, so we have Susie Atkinson coming on wing defence, and then Erin Bollard has moved into centre.
And again, lots of turnovers in this game. I think both coaches will still be looking for their teams to tidy up on the loss of ball or errors that are being made. Another turnover. Again, Scotland down the sideline. Let's see if they centre it. That's better. Well, we're just sort of talking about structures in the game. What the feeder really wants is a forward option and a diagonal option, and then somebody backing up. And both teams are really only providing one option at a time. And if that option isn't on, then that's when they're getting into difficulty. So I'd like to see both teams working a little bit harder after the ball handlers release the ball to then be a backup for that.
And that comes down to the timing that you were talking about, that we want that cannon of offers as opposed to just 3 offers at the same time.
Yes. Yeah.
Less than 30 seconds to go in this first half. Barry looking for the ball, and she pops that one away. So we also have one more centre pass to go.
A nice change of direction there to lose the defender. Again, the next second phase was a little bit flat, which enabled the Scottish defender to come round and intercept.
So there we have it. At half-time, Wales pushed their lead out to 24-18. Who would you say is in control of this game? It's not an obvious answer.
It's still not obvious. I think the change to the Welsh shooter made a good difference, but I think it's still anybody's game. There's so many errors being made by both teams. I think that Scotland can come back into this game and should be confident that they can do that. But equally, I felt like the Welsh have started to get their connections a little bit better. So the next quarter, the third quarter, will be very important for both to try and establish their dominance on the match.
We do talk about impact players sometimes, but I think Cornelius definitely came on and made a bit of a difference there, and Jennings Evans moving out to goal attack.
Yeah.
The Welsh attack.
Yeah, and they just seem to be presenting for the ball a little bit more clearly for the middies to find them, and good on the confident shots as well.
So the teams have 8 minutes here at this half-time break. What do you think the Scotland bench will be saying to their players?
I'd like the Scottish attack to just have a little bit more depth in attack. So you can see that when they take the first phase, when that player has the ball, when she looks forward, there's not really a clear forward option because everybody's stuck in a horizontal line. So she either needs one of her wing defence or goal defence to come up and back up to create some movement, or for a shooter to come and release the space, because the Welsh are dominating that space on second phase, so they need a hard runner to just get some depth on second phase.
I think we have some action from the first half that we can just have a wee look at now. It's been a fantastic first half of Scotland against Wales. Wonder will they finish up like our 2017 matchup where it was 59 goals apiece?
Well, you can see why they drew last time. There's not a lot between these two teams.
And you can see there's plenty of Scottish supporters in the crowd here as well. There seems to be a lot of different parents travelling to support their teams.
Yeah, it's great.
This weekend.
It's great, and it's a lovely championship at this age group as well. As you say, many of these girls getting their first ever caps for their country, and for some that might be as far as they ever go, and that's the pinnacle of their netball career, and for others it's the start of something very exciting, and they progress through the age groups and become senior players. So it's a great championship for this age group, and it's really good to see what talent there is in Europe coming through.
Absolutely, and especially with the Netball World Cup coming up in July. There's a plenty of buzz around the World Cup happening.
Oh, it's just fantastic to have the World Cup here, and I know ticket sales have been amazing, and it's just a real privilege really, and really exciting to have the World Cup on our doorstep. And everyone I know in netball is going, and lots of first timers going as well, which is good, to new people to the sport, starting to appreciate what the sport can offer and how exciting it is.
I know that seems to be always the feedback I get, you know, whenever you're chatting to people, oh, I didn't realise it was so fast, or it was so physical. Yeah, lots of people often remark on the contest and how big and strong the athletes are, and as you know, the athletes at top class level are working really hard. A lot of them are full time, and they really are true professional athletes, so it's great to have that showcase here in England in the summer. And so Scotland, Northern Ireland and England will all be at the World Cup in July. Unfortunate that Wales weren't able to get that spot as well. Only three out of the European teams can qualify.
But I think that's testament to the strength of netball around the world. There's no easy automatic places for World Cup, and the African nations are getting stronger and stronger, the Pacific nations, it genuinely is a highly competitive World Cup with the best teams there. So you've got to earn your place, you've got to work hard to get there, and that's what it's about.
It's going to be an absolutely fantastic showcase, so for anybody travelling to Liverpool, they're in for a treat, but also anybody who can't make it, the games are going to be streamed live as well. Yeah,
it's going to be fantastic.
It's fantastic that the sport has got so much more coverage over the years, with the likes of the Super League being shown on Sky Sports, and the crowds that are able to attend those matches and also follow the sport then.
Yeah, I know being involved with Super League, the attendances are up year on year. The clubs work very hard to raise their profiles as well, working with England Netball, and the following has certainly grown with the success of England winning the Commonwealth gold medal, and it's a good time to be involved in netball, and for these under-17s it's a great time for them to be at the start of their sort of international careers.
It's fantastic that their role models are so visible now. You know, I remember back in the day, whenever I was a youngster, you know, you didn't have netball on TV, you weren't aware of who the Australian national squad players were, you know, so it's fantastic that you're able to see.
That's right, and just looking down on some of the player information here, you know, with the Welsh girls, they're saying, you know, their favourite player is Maria Falau or Helen Housby, or, you know, world-class players just could be anywhere now, and they've got access to them. So can't be too long now before they're back on, and I think crucial, the third quarter is often mentioned as being the crucial quarter, and you had a very good third quarter in your match, Noling, didn't you, and that put real pressure on for the fourth quarter, and I think Scotland now have to really go out strong for the first 5 minutes of this next quarter if they're going to come back and really put Wales under some pressure.
Absolutely. So Wales finished that second quarter 14-9 after just a one-goal game after the first quarter.
Yeah, and quite interesting approach by both teams, in that they haven't sort of moved the ball around again before the second half starts. Again, Super League, you tend to come out and move the ball around before the third quarter starts, just to get you back in it, particularly if you've made any changes. So
8 minutes is a long time.
It is a long time to be standing there, so we'll see who's the most focused in the first couple of minutes.
And back underway in this third quarter. Scotland centre pass and bringing it straight into the circle.
That's much better from Scotland. You see that second phase release was out to the shooter, so you had that depth, and then they were able to rotate. So much better strategy. And Wales, in fact, doing the same thing. So much better first and second phase play and attack by both teams. Again, you just see the Scottish attack just going sideways, a bit lateral, but they found Barry through there.
Just to confirm that there was no changes at half-time, so both teams back on court, ready to do a job here.
Yeah, nice and focused. Scotland have started well. See that both teams have started better. They've kept and retained ball off their centre pass.
Emma Grant, another good tip there.
Yes, she's really good and she sort of dominates that front position and then uses her footwork to come around the back.
You can see her really making Cornelius having to work.
Yes, yeah, that's lovely. Good effort, but well held.
And the thing about it is, even if she isn't getting on the ball, she's making Cornelius really have to work. So she has to really focus in whenever she's taking that shot.
Yeah, shooters don't want to worry about how they receive the ball. They want to do that without pressure so that they can shoot without worrying. And good defensive pressure by Wales again there. Again, Scotland's timing and attack a little bit out. You just need to hold the ball, wait till the ball carrier's ready to pass that ball. Well held there.
So Scotland with the better start here.
Yeah. See soaring again back. It's going to be close this game. And that's good structure. And it's very difficult to defend. Once you've cut to the top there and you've got a one-on-one in the circle, that's very difficult to defend. Grant did a great job there in putting pressure on the shooter. And again, that passing, they're not confident of that passing there in attack. It's not quite firing.
Testament to the defensive pressure both teams are putting on.
Yes. Millie Carter challenging in there for those rebounds, even against a slightly taller player. I think she's got good elevation in there, so she's able to challenge those rebounds well.
So for anyone there,
there's some confusion over whose centre pass it was, I think. That's better depth from Scotland, and there's the difference. It's so much harder to defend. So it's good to see they've worked out that they need to penetrate that end and be much more dynamic on that first and second phase. And that placement just not quite in the right space for the shooter.
Grant is doing just such a great job of getting round a player. She's not being held on the body.
She's doing well. Cornelius is holding well. She's got nice positioning there, so it's a good contest between those two. Okay, much better depth.
is that Scotland are making one forward offer on the centre pass now, so then the second person is behind to be able to get that depth.
Yes, yeah. I mean, another thing the coaches would be looking for is whether both the wing attack and goal attack are over the line on first phase. So like that happened with the Welsh, and now you've got lateral ball. That was a lovely feed in, but you want to try and avoid both players being over that line on first phase, otherwise that makes your second phase option really difficult. But this is better from Scotland. I feel like they're much better connections here. And they're actually getting the ball through to shot in 2 or 3 passes now. So making life easier for themselves on attack.
And Scotland have brought the game back to 3 now, so it is 28 Wales, 25 to Scotland.
And that's a good swing to open up the court, yeah, and well held, so that's good holding. Nice and clear. And Macy Morgan still doing a good job on those feeds. She's got a nice little change of direction there.
Is that a characteristic of Welsh wing attacks? I'm just thinking of Beth and Dykes,
yes.
Drain, you know, they do have that good strong change of direction at senior level as well.
They do, and they are good role models for the Welsh younger players to follow. Beth and Dykes is an outstanding player, so yeah, good to see that with the younger players here. And that's a good pull off the circle to create that angle as well. Oh.
So an opportunity for Scotland to come back within 2. Good balance there by Sherry, taking the possession.
And also Scotland being a bit more patient in attack. You see they are using their back option, which is good to see if the forward option's not working. But Welsh have earned themselves is that a penalty? I think it is, yeah, it's another penalty. That's just the angle that she's presenting for the ball on. If you've still got your defender on your shoulder when you're driving straight, you really need to change direction and offer something else, because that ball becomes a 50-50 ball. So I'd like to see her just change direction, cut back towards goal if the defender's still on her.
Yeah, both teams are really committing to going for those intercepts, so you can lose them by just planting and changing.
Yes.
Barry picks up a rebound. And it's now a 1-point game, so Wales are 29, Scotland 28.
And a much better quarter from Scotland just to bring this game back to be very tight again. That's a great confident feed there, and very patient, let the ball open up, and much better performance by the Scottish
And
attack.
Karen's doing a great job by doing that baseline drive to open up that space for the ball to go into Barry.
Indeed, you want your defenders to have to make a decision as to which shooter to pick up, so the hard work that the goal attack's doing is making life easier for her shooter. Shooting. I feel like the momentum is in Scotland's favour at the moment, so let's see what Wales can do. Great first phase, that's good. So that's a lovely centre pass. And you just know your shooters are going to score when the ball's just coming that cleanly all the way down. So unlike the first half, I would say the attackers are probably in the ascendancy in this half.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little bit of fatigue setting in with the defenders where they've worked so hard. But I think the attacking structures are better on both sides. And the goal count is going up because of that, where it's fairly low scoring in the first half, but the goals are picking up now.
It's a lovely steal there by Anna Sherry. So possession for Scotland and an opportunity to tie the game.
Just have a look at the timing of the Welsh as they move through. So you've got players moving at the same time. So you've got 2 players moving again at the same time. And that's what's making it difficult to get through. But that's a great late drive. That's really good timing from the centre, and that made a difference to open up the ball. Oh, lovely. Great work. Susie.
Lauren Francis with the interception.
And the game's got a little bit edgy again, hasn't it? A little bit of nervousness creeping in on those feeds. Well, that was beautiful feed there.
Both teams now getting a sense of urgency. Wales want to push that lead back out against Scotland, sensing that they can get back into this.
Yes, and you can feel the atmosphere building as well, the tension in the crowd where they know it's tight again. Great marking again there. That's really good defensive pressure by Scotland. They've earned that well there. The whole defensive unit there, really good marking. So Emma Grant with a good strong back line and the back up.
And time's held just as we retrieve the ball. Scotland just be looking to steady this.
Yeah. As silly errors just creeping in again, they'll be frustrated with that because they've made good inroads into this Welsh score, but credit to the Welsh, they're pulling back now. Another error. And another error. So which team's going to take control? Where's the leaders? Where's the player that can calm things down for their team? An important shot here just to settle things on. I think she felt that. I think she can feel the pressure. It's fair to say I think Grant has done a better job on Cornelius in this quarter, just making changing her body angles on that markings, making Cornelius have to work a little bit harder for the ball.
Front drive by Jennings Evans there.
Yes. Nice and confident.
It's either pulling Grant off to mark that, or else then Cornelius is opening up in the backspace.
Yes. And Scotland just lost concentration a little bit here the last couple of minutes, but that's great work by Barry on the defensive. Good to see shooters working hard to win ball back.
And Scotland still within 3, so 35 to Wales, 32 to Scotland, just under 2 minutes to play.
Great marking, great defending. Took that well under pressure there because she had to change angles mid-air, so she did well. Wales have got an opportunity to stretch this out here.
Still great pressure by Scotland. They're not giving this up easy.
No. That's good patient attack. That's it.
And Maisie Morgan has been
really good. Really enjoying watching her. I do like the little middies, being one myself 100 years ago. So it's good to see nice, dynamic, confident mid-court players.
Because that just opens everything for everyone else as well.
It does. Lovely change of direction again. Yeah, and Wales have had a crucial last couple of minutes here, really stretched out the game. Let's see if they've got time to score one last goal. This will be an important goal. If she scores this, that will be a 7 lead, so that's strong. Oh, that's well done by the Scottish defence, but a 6-goal lead for Wales, they'll be happy with that.
Absolutely.
Into the last quarter.
Although for Scotland, definitely a positive here as well. They scored 14 goals in that one through that quarter. Brilliant comeback for them.
Yeah, and I think you could see the coaches really did ask them to work on that attacking play, and they did that well. I'd say the last 3 or 4 minutes they just lost concentration, whether that's fatigue or just the pressure the Welsh are putting on, but they just lost their way in that last few minutes, and that's Wales were able to punish them.
So sets us up for a very exciting final quarter then.
Yes, yeah. And I think Wales now just need to look to keep the ball in hand, look after their own possession, but they're young, so we'll see if they can manage to do that.
And on the flip side, Scotland, they're getting possession, it's then just taking care of it, getting it into the circle and putting those shots away. Simple game.
It is, but
we say it so simply.
And it's not
so we can have a little look back at some of the key highlights from this third quarter. Hello to everyone who is watching our live streaming on Twitter or Facebook. Don't forget you can get in touch with us using the hashtag #NeUnder17Champs. We'll be able to read out some of your tweets throughout today's game or the ones this afternoon as well. So this evening we have 2 more fixtures. Wales are back on court against England, and then at 7 p.m. Emirates take on Scotland.
And I have to confess, I'm really looking forward to seeing England come out. I know they're a really talented group, and it's going to be really good to see how they make a start in this championship. As you know, England are looking to be #1 in the world consistently, and looking at these young ones, that's what we need to see. So I'm looking forward to them having a strong performance later today.
And it is so important, you know, we do have like the likes of the England, Helen Housby and Emma Gweze, Hugo Mentor, but they're not going to be playing forever, so they're the ones that are going to come through and take those.
Absolutely, absolutely. Some of those England players we have been around a long time, and they need pushing out, and they need challenging by the younger players, and it'll be good to see them. And
how many of these girls on the court today will we see representing Wales or Scotland at international senior level in years to come as well.
I'd love to see them progress, and it's about developing those professional behaviours, training harder, eating well, doing all those basic things right, still maintaining a passion for the game, enjoying playing, and just really working hard in the game. So be good. It's always the better European teams can be, then the better it is for all of us.
Absolutely. So a bright start for Scotland there, 39-33 as this final quarter gets underway. Just a couple of substitutions for you, and Lucy Shane is back on as wing attack for Scotland.
Yes, and she's also demonstrating she's got a nice cut back, so good to see that. Yeah, and a good understanding there from the Scottish shooters, one creating the space for the other to move into. I feel both teams have improved as the game's developed, the skill levels improved and the structures have improved as the game's developed.
It is about trying to provide these kind of opportunities for this age group as well. You know, the girls can get used to playing in front of a crowd, in front of, you know, under pressure against. Each of the different nations have a different style of play, and it's getting used to that and working it out.
Absolutely, and it's also something I'll never forget. I remember my first time playing for England, played in Kirkcaldy in Scotland in 1985. You know, you never forget these, and they do provide a platform for you to just push on in your netball career, and yeah, it's a great competition.
And for the first time, we have 5 nations in the Under-17 Championship tournament. So we're welcoming the Emirates to the competition as well, which means one team will be relegated after this weekend. So all to play for today, and some great contests in this game.
Yeah, and that gives the competition a little bit of edge as well. I think you know, that's an added pressure for the coaches and the players, and makes the competition slightly more relevant. So I think that's a good addition to the competition. And again, Welsh just pushing the Scotland team down that sideline again. They've won a lot of ball by pressing the Scottish team to the side. They need to just have that foresight to open up the play like that. That was a very good decision there, just to open it up. Now we need to come off this sideline. Yeah, good support there, good patience. Great drive in there, and that's the right thing to do, because there's been lots of defensive pressure there, and just to move the defender off the shoulder with a strong drive just opens up the ball.
Super drive through that wall there by Shane, which then opens it up nicely.
Yeah.
For Cairns.
Yeah, and I really do feel that the Scottish attack have improved through this game, and they'd be looking to start like that in the next game, to have that confidence straight away on their attacking play, because they're able to pick up ball defensively very well. And there's Barry giving another example of that. She's been a handful all day, performed really well for Scotland, so it's just making use of these intercepts that they know they can get. And again, they're down that sideline. They've got to centre the ball, and that's sensible play. And the difference that centralising makes to keeping possession is so important.
So Scotland breaking the Welsh centre pass there, and they'll be looking to capitalise on their own now.
Yeah, good strong drive. And Scotland on a bit of a roll now. So let's see if Wales can reply with a strong centre pass to goal. Oh, great intercept. Again, that movement's too lateral in the attack, and that enabled the defender to come across the body cleanly. And there's that hedging by the Welsh defence, pushing the shooter out, but she's solid on that shot. There's a little bit of a comeback here from Scotland. I think that's 3 in a row they've had. So this is important to see if they can score off this. Again, that placement not quite right, so it's into the body of her own player, which is what caused the contact. But a good spell here from Scotland, so Wales need to respond to this.
So Scotland bringing it back to 4, so 39 to Scotland, 43 to Wales.
So we have the floor that's a little bit wet. And it'll be interesting to see whether this break helps the Welsh or the Scottish girls. The centre was maybe buying a bit of time to get some her own team to settle.
And you can see that Morgan's still trying to gain position for a strong offer on that centre pass.
Yes, although it was a good double mark on her. I think the Scottish defence have realised she's dangerous in attack and they're doubling on her. I think that was warning possibly given there.
One of the nice things I think Cornelius is doing is she's holding her position up high to start off with, so whenever she's getting that ball overhead, she has enough room to move back.
Yes, yeah. And that's often shooters sort of get edged back too far to the baseline, so that feed's very difficult to make. But yeah, she's doing a good job of holding her space. I'd like to, yeah, that's what I say. I'd like to see the shooter present for that ball, as she did. That was really good. Well done, Barry. Good confident shooting that will settle the nerves of the team. But there's still everything in this game, only 5 in it, 7.5 minutes to go, so it's tight. Couple of turnovers and it's all square. Yeah, good rebound, good focus for the rebound on the timing there. Under some good defensive pressure. So just 4 in it. And a turnover, so here we go. Who's got the cooler head? Again, that sort of second phase off that back line, they're really struggling with that. Great defensive pressure by the Welsh attack to win that ball back. Oh, and a good roll round, but lovely placement, so she was unable to tip that.
That's one of the things about being a defender. You're not going to get every ball, but if you can really keep hassling and hassling and hassling,
you'll get something eventually. Yeah, and to get in the mind of the shooter as well.
Absolutely.
You always want to get in the shooters' heads. Oh, that's beautiful feed. As you say, great positioning on the hold. And the Welsh push that ball a long way down, so they're good Welsh pressure. Well done.
Super hands by Francis there.
Yeah.
But Shane has been great coming back on the court again, just opening up the space, strong drives.
Yeah. And she's kept her opponent busy, so they've been unable to communicate in the same way because she's just had to focus on her, which is good from their point of view. Again, great structure around the top, lovely triangle there. Just makes that feed so safe, and the shooters love it when they have clean ball in.
So 5 minutes to go, 5-point game, 5-goal game, sorry. And 48 to Wales, 43 to Scotland. Oh, Barry unable just to hold on to that one. Throw it in.
Well, they're going for two hands for that one, really. She's slightly off balance when she went up for it, I think, because of the defensive pressure.
France work rate has been superb in this game.
I think Wales may have just broken the back of Scotland now, unless they can pick up the ball. I think well weighted as well. Good confident shooting. She seems quite mature, the shooter, like sensible head, nice and calm, and that sort of vibrates all through the team as well. So it's good to have a nice calm shooter.
So Wales push out their lead to 7.
I feel like Welsh have got their tails up now. They can, I think they're starting to relax a little bit more. Need to get off that sideline though. That's better section.
We need to force those ones at this stage of the game, just bring the ball up.
Yeah, just be patient with it, wait for the shooter to open up. Oh, that's good positioning. Nice front offer there. I feel she could do more of that.
Sometimes it's nice just having that one-on-one in the circle, and if it's on, just give it. It saves all that.
Yeah,
going through traffic.
Saves a lot of energy,
yeah.
And yeah, if you've got a shooter just presenting for that front position, it's lovely.
So Cornelius puts another one away, and that brings us 51-44.
Good intercept there, great defensive pressure. He read the cutback well.
Francis has had a couple of key moments in this game.
Yes, yeah.
Being in the right place.
Yeah, reading the game nicely. Another good split landing there. You can just feel the confidence of the Welsh now. Late change for Scotland.
So it looks like Grant is leaving the court, with Sherry moving back into goalkeeper, and we'll just confirm who this is coming on to goal defence for Scotland.
Lovely baseline drive, opened up the Scottish defence lovely there, that's beautiful, well played. Again, a little bit flat on the attack there, struggling to get through that Welsh defence to get any depth. Oh, but great placement there, and I feel that the Scotland attack could have done that a bit earlier in the game, sighting Barry a little bit earlier. Strong, confident shooting. had to work really hard in this match, and as we were saying earlier, you know, the recovery is going to be really important before they play England. They've had to do a lot of work to beat Scotland. Scotland have pushed them all the way.
And Scotland the same, turn around for another game at 7 o'clock as well.
Yeah. Well played.
There's Francis again,
yes.
just as we move into the last minute of this game. Who's been the standout players for you, Sam?
A few good ones. I definitely think Cornelius has made a big difference coming on for shooting for Wales. I think she's just given them that strong option in there, and to allow their attack to work around. But a Welsh wing defence has been outstanding, and often wing defences will go unnoticed for all the hard work they do, but she's won a lot of ball and put a lot of pressure on that against the Scottish attack.
Just to confirm, Christy Randall has come on as goal defence for Scotland in this last quarter.
And I have been pleased to see Macy Morgan charging around, and she's finished off the game with a really nice feed there as well. It's good to see a really nippy mid-court player that's had such a good command of the game as well.
The final whistle goes, so with a scoreline of 55 to Wales, 46 to Scotland. And what a great game, an opening game for both these teams.
Yeah, good game. Fair to say both were pretty nervous when they first started, but I think they'll both be pleased to have that game under their belt. Wales will be pleased to have that one in the bag before they play England later, and I think Scotland can be pleased with the way they improved through that match, and I think they'll look to take those good things they did in the game into their game tonight.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where they'll be looking at the processes that have gone through the game as well. You know, like Wales obviously have got the win, but there's a few things that they can look to improve on going forward. Scotland.
Definitely, and it's important not to worry about the score too much. It's actually to look at what your structures were, what your processes are, how you're actually performing well, and what you need to improve on as you progress through the tournament. So once the game's done, the score's irrelevant really. It's actually how you got there. So yeah, I'm sure they'll be looking at taking those positives, and both teams improved on their attack, taking those into their next matches.
So as I say, both teams will be back on court later on this evening at 5 o'clock. Wales will take on England with their first game of the tournament, and then at 7 o'clock we will see Emirates on court against Scotland. That'll be an exciting matchup there as well.
Yeah, I think it will be. Yeah. So yeah, two really good games. Personally, I'm looking forward to seeing England play, and I think the Emirates Scotland will be a really tight game again. So good evening of netball ahead.
Excellent, and don't forget you can tune in and watch all the games live this weekend on the Netball Europe Facebook page, and also keep in touch with us using the hashtag NEU17 Champs, and we will keep you posted through Twitter with all our updates as well. I'd just like to give a big special thank you to our sponsors Inspire Sport, also to Yorkshire and Humberside Netball and QTV Sports, and also all you watching at home. There are 2 more games coming up, as I say, this evening. We'll be back at 5 p.m. to see Scotland take on, to see Wales versus England, and then Emirates against Scotland. Also, you can catch all the commentary live on the Netball show as well. So thanks very much, and we'll see you again soon.